Alright, the next skill that I want to teach you, once you've created a braid and overhead knot, will be to determine the order of your color stripes. So in a friendship bracelet, for example, a candy stripe bracelet or a chevron stitch bracelet, the order of your stripes is going to be determined by left to right. So whatever color is the most left is going to be first, the very first stripe to appear, and whichever color is the most right, that's going to be the very last color in your stripe pattern. So this is how you can lay out your strings. You're going to want to lay them out from left to right in the order you want them to appear. And it's okay in this example if your strings overlap or don't quite lay straight, because if you really want them to appear in a certain order, they might have to be a little bit funky. And this is kind of the only time where that's okay. So for me, I'm going to take some time to get them all nicely separated. I like to leave a little bit of space in between them. The first stripe, if I was doing a diagonal stripe bracelet, would be blue, then red, followed by yellow, then purple, and then white would be my last stripe in the pattern. After I had completed a full rotation of blue through white, it would start over again. Okay, so the stripe pattern is always going to be the same. So that's how you determine the order. Lay it out the way you want, give them some space in between them. And then what you're going to do is you're going to start with the most left hand string. So for me that is blue. And we're going to be starting what's called a forward knot. A forward knot is shaped like the number 4. So forward, shaped like a 4. I'll show you how that is going to come to life. To make a forward knot, I'm going to take my blue string and I'm going to create a number 4 by overlapping the red. Do you see how this creates a number 4? That is going to be the beginning of our forward knot. So we overlap our blue, and then what we're going to do is we're going to handle this material real close to where the action is happening, and we're going to take this tail, pull it through the loop in the 4. Alright, I pulled it through the loop in the 4, now I'm going to hold the red string and the blue string at the same time, and I'm going to gently pull up. And that creates a knot right up here at the top. See this little bump? That's a knot. I find that in friendship bracelet making, the pattern shows up the best if you make 2 knots on each string. So I'm going to repeat my forward knot one more time. I'm going to make the number 4, so it's overlapping my red string. Now I'm going to hold it with 2 hands, and I'm going to pull this tail through the loop. Alright, to make a stripe, I need to do this blue forward knot across each and every color. So I already am completed with the red. We did 2 knots on that. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and move on to my next color. So I'm going to make my number 4, pull the tail through the loop, and gently pull it to the top. If you pull this super tight, it's going to make your knot kind of shift around and actually disappear. So don't pull super tight. Make your number 4, pull the tail cleanly through this loop, and pull the knot up to the top of the friendship bracelet. Alright, that's 2 knots for the white thread, so we'll go ahead and we'll move on to the next one. I'm going to do my blue forward knot on top of the purple. Here it is once. We'll do it one more time. That's 2 blue forward knots. Now we're onto the last string, onto yellow. I'm going to make my blue number 4, pull my tail through the loop, gently pull to the top of the friendship bracelet. Now I'll repeat that once more. Final forward knot. Now we can take a look at the order and see how it has changed. Okay. What you should notice is that when we started this blue stripe, The blue was the most left-handed thread. Now, since I have made knots over each thread, it is actually all the way on the right. It's in last place where it used to be in first place. Once your color has moved all the way to last place, then you know it's time to begin with the new color. And my new color in this example is red. So that's how I know that it's time to move on. And from here, I would just go ahead and create a number 4 with my red string. And I would repeat the whole process again, making 2 knots for each string. This is a little bit hard in the beginning. Sometimes your bracelet will want to shift around, so it really is helpful to have it taped. I'm going to make 2 knots on top of the purple, 2 knots on top of the yellow, and you should start to see at the top, you should be able to see that there's a pattern developing. You can see diagonal stripes. This is called candy stripe, and that's because it looks like a candy cane. If you think of the diagonal stripes of red on a white candy cane, that's what this is named after. It's the most simple form of friendship bracelet, is a candy stripe. So you can see I have a blue stripe and a red stripe. Now my red, it went from being on the left in first place to being last place on the right. So that's how we know it's time to add a new color.